Are Harry and Meghan now going Hollywood? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Lovely to see you today. Now, this particular area is Mayfair, really posh area, by the way, of London. If you get the opportunity to come and have a look around, you think you know London, then you walk past a few streets like this and you think, wow, who lives in a house like this? Well, certainly not me. You would need a lot of money, of course, to live in this particular area. One of the most expensive areas, if not the expensive area in London. But of course, if you're Harry and Meghan, you have quite a bit of money, all thanks to those deals. Or do you? Well, basically the big story today, and I don't know if you know this particular traction going, is that of course, as we now know, Harry and Meghan have been basically forced to get on with that Spotify and Netflix deal. We're still a bit of a miss as to what's happened to David Furnish. We believe he's still attached to that animated film that Meghan's making with Netflix called Pearl, all about a journey of discovery. But now, basically, you may have seen this story all about an international Hollywood star, Tom Holland, Brit, in fact, no less, who is basically starring in one of the biggest movies of the last year. Not difficult to do when you think there hasn't been that many movies about, of course, but Marvel, the people behind Spider-Man, are thrilled at the money that he's raked in. Now, what has apparently emerged is that Harry and Meghan have had a secret meeting with both him and his very beautiful girlfriend too. Now, a lot of people are speculating, are these going to be the guests on their launching of Spotify, their podcasts? Well, I would suggest this is in fact a very brilliant idea. Other than the fact that, obviously, if it's not wokey, if it's not messagey, if it's simply celebrating success, perhaps British success even, this could simply work out very well for Harry and Meghan. It could be a one big positive, because just say four people chatting over a drink, a cup of coffee, reminiscing about certain things, talking about each other's successes, could be the way forward. But what we can tell you as ever, first and exclusive on the show, is that he is not the only A-lister that they've been talking to. Well, no, apparently, according to a very good source, Harry and Meghan have been reaching out to people. They've finally, allegedly, seen the light and realised that they need to connect with people of some stature, certainly some interest. Now, maybe they're going to go down the route of talking about their charitable works or their foundations and stuff like that. But either way, say, somebody like Tom Holland, or indeed the Obamas, would very much get a lot of traffic going onto their podcast. Now, as we know, there's problems with Spotify at the moment, and Neil Young and all of that sort of stuff. He's pulling his music away, as allegedly is Joni Mitchell and all of those sort of people. You do kind of think to yourself, well, you know, it's a personal choice. You're very wealthy, but you're just depriving a lot of fans who did like your music, who possibly would have listened for the first time away from a major platform. But as ever, that's their choice. With Harry and Meghan, though, whoever they decide to truly sit down with, and according to a very good source, one person could be none other than a very former James Bond, then this truly could be the kickstart to some success, at least, for their Spotify podcast. As I told you a few days ago on the show, it's interesting, isn't it, that they've moved away from this preachy, wokey, alleged ideas that they wanted to do about empowerment. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not really what people want to see. What Spotify truly want to get from them is this. They would like some inner secrets about what goes on behind, say, closed doors at Buckingham Palace. Nothing salacious or damaging, but just some sort of tidbits, facts that people think, wow, I didn't know that. I don't know about you, but I've always wanted to know what happens when you go inside the room once you step off the balcony. Wouldn't that be great to know? What do people think? The crowd reaction? How big was the crowd? Who were they cheering for? Simple things like that could simply make their podcast very successful. But for now, it looks like Spider-Man could be zooming in to save all. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.